Live from beautiful downtown Burbank, it's Sister Wigs After Dark.
When did we go to California?
Well, it's the Gary Owens thing.
That's like the exact opposite end of the country. We're still in Georgia, folks. Hi, it's me, Heather from Sister Wigs, and my delicious, wonderful English husband, Nigel. Nigel, by the way,
Hi.
Huge rock star of today. He helped do a lot of the prep and getting this ready
No
for
shucks.
today, and he's going to be doing a lot of announcer work because it's going to be fun. So I hope you guys are ready because we're giving stuff away. It's going to be cute. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be like Christmas come early. Woo! How do you feel about tonight, honey?
I'm feeling pumped. I'm feeling psyched. We'll see how it goes.
Featuring Morgul,
This is
the
it.
friendly drobe.
And Morgul as the friendly drelb. I'm Gary Owens. No. Okay, who we got here? Barbara says, who else is eating the last of the turkey tonight?
We didn't really get a turkey, did we?
No. We had ham.
We waited too long to shop. We had ham instead.
Lorna says, I'm sick of turkey. Liz says, no turkey, but everything else, squeezing out the last meal. Kelly didn't have turkey this year either. Hi, Cheryl.
Hello.
Naveen Wood. Hello, Naveen.
Oh, I love your profile pic. That's really kind of...
Yeah,
I love that. That's like almost like French looking with the beret on the side like that.
She's one of our new affiliates.
Oh, I love it.
Not affiliates, signed up at the affiliate program thing, webpage.
Fantastic.
Joni is ready. Hi, Joni. Liz says, I'm ready. Have to turn up the volume, though.
Yeah, we were using Nigel's mic today because for some reason, every time I try to go to the slides where all the questions are, we walked through this once already just to make sure we were on the same page about how to do this.
Did a dry run.
And my computer, because it's like a really clunky old MacBook Pro, just makes all this noise like it's about to take off. So I think it might be on its last leg. So
Atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed.
Yeah, so we're using his mic to carry the day because he's going to be the one, announcing the prizes and stuff like that. So I figured that, the airplane going off noise and the fact that he's probably going to be doing a little bit more talking through a lot of this than me, though I am playing like the Wayne Brady role today. So I don't know.
In that case, you need to take your wig off.
I need to sing more.
I just realized from when we did prep for this thing, we watched an episode of Let's Make a Deal, and turns out Wayne Brady's gone bald now. So,
but he's amazing. So,
well, Wayne Brady, yeah, Wayne Brady is Wayne Brady.
He's a treasure still.
Yeah.
And because this is Let's Make a Deal, and someone has to be dressed ridiculously, I broke out my Pope Squidgius hat. You're welcome. The wig I was wearing under here, by the way, is what is this? This is Danya by Frida. So it's a human hair wig I'm wearing today. I wanted to wear one that wasn't going to get ruined by squishing it down with the squid. God, this is such a derpy hat. Oh, do you feel seen? Who else do we have to say hi to?
Okay, let's see here. Tina says, woo! Woo! Shelly says, hi all, sparkly shirt on Nigel. Yes, I'm a sparkly fish shirt.
He did. He emerged from the bedroom going, I am a fish now. And he did like this grandiose arm gesture. It was pretty magical.
Cheryl says, you'll look great. Thank you, Cheryl. So do you. Joni says, I wear wigs daily, so I'm excited to be here. Well, we're excited to have you here, Joni. Thank you for joining us. LAH says, done with turkey. Leanne, yeah, I can understand that. Let's see. Carla says, no turkey for me. Janet Garrison says, hi. Hi, Janet. Kristen says, hi, he.
Hey.
Liz turned it up now, and you're both nice and clear. Excellent.
Good to know.
Hi, Heather and Nigel and everyone else, says Kristen. Hi. Oh, I have a Danya. Yours looks better, says Liz.
I think it's just because I conditioned the bejesus out of mine on a regular basis. And then once I style it, I tend not to touch it. So this hasn't actually been brushed in a hot minute. Probably like, I don't know, a year.
Probably.
Because we've been using it as a prop back there. I was like, which one of these human hair wigs that I never wear am I actually going to wear for the squid? I was like, yeah, nothing says bougie wig wearing wig hoarder, quite like using all of your expensive wigs like they're set design props instead of actually wearing them. Yeah.
Quite.
True story.
Jennifer Smith says, love it. Excellent. Thank you. And Naveen says, love the hat.
Fabulous. I will be putting it back on when we play the game for sure.
Mary H says, hi, everyone. Hi, Mary.
Mary.
Barbara says, hola, Heather and Nigel. Hola, Barbara. Sarah says, hello, you two. Hello, Sarah. S. Draper 2011. Hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. Liz says, I need to work on mine. I rarely even take mine out.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
These things require like a lot of maintenance. So like for me, like I just kind of set it and forget it. So part of the reason why this one probably looks the way it does is literally just because it's been hanging out on a shelf. So if anything, it's kind of, I combed it out because it was a little dusty, but I just like fluffed it with my fingers to get that out. So I don't want to think about that actually, because then I'm going to feel gross for not washing it before I put it on.
Avril says, hi, kids. Hi, Avril. And Elle says, hello, got my honor today. Oh, great. Hope you like it.
Yes, that one's a good one with a nice short meat. Ooh.
All righty. So shall we putter on, my treasure? Drink of the week, folks. We're having hint water, and Heather's got some tea.
It's black vanilla flavored tea. It's vanilla bean macaron tea.
Yeah.
Double bag because I like it flavor blasted.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it sober today so we don't flub up.
Yeah.
So
we're giving away
I
something
don't
worth
flub
money,
up. Let's put it that
we
way.
Make sure we do it right.
All righty.
So before we get started, I want to tell you how we came upon this idea. Honestly, I'm still kind of cleaning up some stuff on the back end of Hair Cave Kitty. We just launched on Black Friday, and I'm trying to make sure all the things that you guys told me about in the last live stream, I'm implementing in the background. I'm also trying to encourage the site speed to be a little bit faster, so that's been a bit of a process. So I woke up this morning and was like, what are we doing for the live stream? Oh, crud. I have no idea. So what we ended up doing was kind of playing around. I was like, well, what can we do? I would love to like give stuff away, honestly, because it's Christmassy, you know, it's December. I'm all for giving gifts. I love it. And I thought, how can we tie that in and make this something kind of fun? Because another thing that we've been kind of struggling with on this channel and basically all of our socials is engagement. We want to really encourage you guys to talk to us more because that's where we get a lot of ideas. That's where we figure out what kind of content to make for you, what kind of wigs, you know, real tangible types of content we can make for you. Yeah, though I didn't make this one. This is a Frida, as I mentioned earlier. And
is scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
Yes. And I essentially wanted to kind of find a way that would, you know, help me give stuff away while also encouraging engagement in a very transparent fashion. Because as many of you know, we launched an affiliate program. So one of the things I really want to help model for them as I'm figuring it out myself is, you know, how to get engagement up, because that's really a difficult thing when it comes to social media. Most people, when they watch videos and stuff, they're very passive participants. They just watch and they don't really, you know, like, share, subscribe, the things everyone's always like nagging you to do when you watch YouTube videos.
Share, subscribe.
Right? Like, same here. I'm totally guilty of that, because the thing is, if you don't mention it, people tend not to do it because people tend not to do it anyway. And the thing is, you need them to do it when you're a content creator, because if they don't, then, you know, if you're on YouTube, YouTube's not going to recommend your content. Like, your content could be the best content about that subject out there, but if people aren't interacting with you, crickets. No one's going to see it. So I want that to be something that I not only address transparently, particularly when I'm trying to get you to engage with me, but I also want to make it kind of something that we can all kind of learn as I'm playing around. The people who are watching me, who want to be content creators, can model that too. And then, you know, we can find ways to help each other grow on social media in real, meaningful ways that help us all kind of survive and make money and do well while having fun. Hopefully that is a balancing act that we can demonstrate today, fingers crossed. So is there anything you would like to add to that, honey, before I get into the whole let's make a deal?
All right, well, let's see who else we've got here today. Nicole Moher says hello. Jennifer asked what wig you're wearing, and we answered that, so that's excellent. Yeah, we got that. Hello from Canada. Going to be a fun live stream. Great idea. Hi.
And by the way, Sheila, you can absolutely participate. International people can participate. Just know that if you win a physical gift and not a gift card, if you want us to actually ship the gift, because there are a couple like they're not exactly whammies, but they're not like great prizes compared to some of the other prizes that we have to give away. Because that's kind of the nature of Let's Make a Deal. You can see the doors 1, 2, 2, and 3 behind us. Doors, but the physical prizes. If you want the physical prize, unfortunately, international people are going to have to handle the logistics. So the shipping, the VAT, the duties, all that stuff. If it's worth it, if it's not worth it, then I won't be offended if you say just to keep the prize. But it's an easy peasy deal if you win the gift cards, because the gift cards are electronically transferable, and then you can just buy stuff at Hair Kitty Kitty with them. So.
Alrighty, let's see who else we got. Sarah says hello.
Hello.
Faith Brown says hi, everyone.
Hi.
Let's see. Kristen says I have several Sister Wigs wigs that I just sewed clips in the nape, so I'm soaking in wig shampoo and will condition them and do my styling, my summer purchases, and finally I'm working on them.
Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Now Joni has an interesting question. I would like to share, as you do colors for your wigs, I want a true cool blonde that anyone can wear with nothing warm at all and rooted. Well, if you have any product questions there, Joni, scrolling along the bottom.
But honey, no. What we want people to do, he's real eager to show off these banners he's made. What we would like you to do, if you have product suggestions, and I want to kind of get everybody in the habit of doing this, don't leave them here in the chat, because they're gonna just scroll on by, and then we would have to comb through the entire live stream, which we're not gonna do, to find your suggestions. So if you have a great idea, like Joni does here, leave it on the replay. I can see that you're coming from YouTube, for example, but this is also the case when you're on Facebook. So regardless of where you're coming from, when this live stream is over, a duplicate of it will be available on that social media platform that is static and will still have a comments field underneath it. Leave your suggestions there. That way, other people who, no matter what time of day, even if it's 2-3 weeks from now, when they stumble upon the live stream, they don't have to watch the whole thing to see your idea. If they like the idea, then they can like it. If it's on Facebook, they can also like it. If it's on YouTube, if it gets a lot of likes, if it gets a lot of comments, if other people are like, yeah, that's a rad idea, you should totally make this, Heather. Ding, 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 ding. And it's much easier to draw other people's attention to your ideas, as well as our attention to your ideas, when they're in that static comments field, because we don't have to watch the whole replay to see the comments. Hopefully that makes sense. So please do us a favor, Joni, and when this video is over, if you would like, please leave this color suggestion or any others that you might have in the replay comments. The comments are moderated, but that's a good thing in this particular context, because that means that a member of our team actually sees that comment and adds it to the list of things that I should consider for the future. So it's a more direct way of getting a hold of us than leaving them here in chat. Hopefully I explained that well. I just want to make sure everyone feels like they're being seen and heard, and better still, that they're being seen and heard by other people in the community, because a great idea will be a great idea to more than one person. And if more than one person really likes something, let's say 10, 20 people like something, Bafo Sacco, that tells me I need to be making that thing like yesterday. That really helps me a lot in my content creation process, and it helps it become more likely that the stuff you want to see gets made.
Okay, then.
Awesome. But thank you, Joni.
We're doing fine, thanks, Gina. How are you? Hope you're doing as well as we are. All righty, shall we crack on with it? Hi, Stacy. Hi, NYT Mom.
Yeah.
Let's crack on with it.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with y'all.
Righto.
You're still on camera, so don't go anywhere.
Nope.
Okay, so like we both mentioned, we're going to be playing Let's Make a Deal. What? Oh my gosh, Pope Squidges approves. So lucky live viewers, so that be you guys, can win gift cards, care products, and more. We're going to go through 3 rounds, and I will tell you all the prizes and what they're worth a little bit later on as we get closer to playing the game. Just know that the more you chat with us during the stream, the better your odds of winning the prizes. And the reason why is because we're going to ask you trivia questions to determine who's going to get to play to win. And then once we pick that person based on that trivia question, that person's probably going to need your help to figure out whether or not they should stick with the prize they won, or if they should pick from our amazing options back here, doors 1, 2, and 3, holiday themed all the way.
Hang on, I need to do the full.
Do I need to turn the big camera on here?
Just do the full Vanna White.
I don't know the theme song for Let's Make a Deal, but we're just gonna go with the I Dream of Jeannie theme. Apparently,
Why not?
it's a similar time frame. Whatever. Okay, so back to these slides. Before I get into that, I just want to remind y'all that tonight's stream is all about helping you get some swag for the holidays. So if you are interested, just remember we do have an affiliate program on our new website, hairkitty.com. You might say that we built that website specifically so we could launch an affiliate program there. And it's something that's available to anybody watching this. If you would like to make a commission off of your organic, authentic product referrals, check that out. It's at hairkitty.com. I spent like 2 live streams talking about that though, so I'm moving on. Just so you know, we're also looking for paid guest bloggers. This is something that I've done in the past, but I'd like to do it for Hair Kitty Kitty. So stay tuned to the end of this live stream if you are interested in something like this. And you know, our compensation per blog post is very generous for this industry. And I want to make sure that you guys are aware of all the terms up front because reasons that I will get into towards the end of this. But if you're interested, there's that. So let's go ahead and play, shall we? So let's make a deal how this will work. Participants can submit answers in chat either through Facebook or the Sister Wigs 2 YouTube channel. So for this, we definitely want you to utilize the live chat function as much as possible. So that way we can get your input and put you in the running for the prizes. We'll go 3 rounds. So that way if people join us a little bit later on, they can still have an opportunity to play. Though they might need help getting up to speed. So if somebody asks, you know, how do we play this? If one of you could please fill them in on that so we can just keep moving along with the prizes. I would definitely appreciate that. Let's help each other. We will ask you a trivia question, as I mentioned earlier. So the fastest correct answer gets to play the game. So how's the game played? Well, the player will win a prize immediately. And you'll win a gift card to hairkitty.com. That is going to be the initial prize in every instance for all 3 rounds. Then you will have to choose whether you want to keep that prize or risk it to get a better one, as we alluded to earlier. So it is open to international viewers, as I mentioned earlier, but we will need international players to pay for their own shipping, VAT, and duty. So if you get the whammy prize, the whoopee prize, whatever they call it, where I don't got hair in my eye, where you know, it's maybe not necessarily advantageous to pay all that to get it shipped there, that's fine. But just know that's not an issue with the gift cards. We can just send that via email and you're good to go. If you do win, by the way, make sure that you watch all the way through to the last round, because at the end of this, we will tell you how you can collect those prizes. So potential prizes are, we have gift cards. Now, we're not going to give away all of these things. If you've ever watched Let's Make a Deal, you probably are familiar with the fact that they only give away some of the prizes on most episodes as opposed to every single thing that's on offer. So the same is here. We have $10, $15, $25, $50, $100, and $150 gift cards at hairkittykitty.com. We also have other prizes that you could earn instead. We have the John Renau Peace Out Styling Creme, which is worth $17.90. T-pins, which I would definitely consider kind of a whoopee prize. That's a $2 value. We've got a Milano grip cap in the brown color, which is $34.99 in value. That is not the version with the lace front, by the way. John Renau synthetic wig care kits, which is the whole little kit with the comb and all that. It's $37 in value. And the Belle Tress Perfect Comb, which is $3 in value. So does anybody have any questions at all before we get started? I'll pause for a moment, drink some tea while you guys ask any questions you might have. Nigel?
Yes, indeed. Let's see. Hey, everyone from Corinna. Hi. Already said hello to Donna, who has said hello to everyone. Stacy says we both look fabulous for tonight. Thank you, Stacy. Ooh, fun, says Fay Ray. The Zonk Prize, says Gina.
That's it. That's what they're called, the zonk. So we do have some zonks. They have monetary value, but not a lot.
And Barbara says, no one ever had to encourage me to chat, lol.
That's right. That's why we like having you here. As I've mentioned almost every week, it would be super boring if we did these and nobody showed up, or if the people who showed up just didn't participate. It's the interactive component that makes these worth doing. So
Terry says, hello, everyone. Hello, Terry.
Hello.
And NYT Mom is super excited to get started.
So's Pope Squidges. So let's make a deal.
All righty. Rock and roll.
Oh, no. I have a stray tentacle. Here, let me get that. Okay. I'm good. All right. Moving on. Somebody had to look goofy for this, right? It might as well be me. Okay. So going back to that mode. Yay. Fancy slides. Okay. So remember, first person, get ready to smash that keyboard. The first person who answers the question correctly is going to play the round. Okay. And then everybody else can just kind of help them in the chat. Got it? All right. Because I'm about to show you the question. Fastest right answer wins. What are the names of the 2 wig and topper brands at hairkittykitty.com and go? I would sing the Jeopardy theme song, but that's yet another incorrect theme song for this.
And we'd probably get banged with a copyright violation. Oh, we've been watching some interesting music videos on YouTube lately about, identify the theme tune and all that. People are playing on the piano, and every so often there'll be a blank space. We're like, what? Where'd the music go? Oh boy.
2 brands. We're looking for the 2 brand names. 2 brand names I own the trademark of, just so y'all know. So 2 brands. Oh, we got a winner. Ding, ding, ding.
Yes, we do.
Aaron. Oh, no, it's Stacy got it first. Or Jackie. Oh my gosh, you guys. These things go so fast.
Yeah, now you see the trouble I have.
Now we have so many people who are getting these right.
Well,
I'm going to scroll all the way up because I want to make sure that I'm not missing somebody. I believe that this is the first one.
That's it. That's the one I found first.
Okay, sorry about the false alarm. We will keep doing this, though. It looks like it was Pegwitch.
Yes.
All right. So,
Pegwitch.
Yes.
Come on down.
I do want to give honorable mention.
That's a different
to
game
folks
show.
Who also got the right answer. I want to give honorable mention to Barbara, who was second on the draw. Cheryl, who was there. We got Tina. We've got who else? Jackie got it right. I mean, we won't take points off if you
have a slight typo.
Finger flub. Yeah, it was just a matter of speed in this case. So, Stacy, I saw you first. I just want to let you know we saw you. So you guys are getting the timing right. You got 2 more chances though. Faye also got it. And then Aaron also got it too. So yes, good job, everybody. Very, very good job.
So
Pegwitch, are you ready? Are you ready to rumble? All right, so your prize, and I'm going to go into this camera mode just so I can show you. For the first round is a $10 gift card. This is like a really crappy representation of that gift card because it's a digital product. So we will send you the product for real, like the actual gift card via email, or you could choose from one of our delicious options behind me. And I'm going to go into big camera mode. So can everybody still hear me? Hopefully, yes. Okay.
All right.
So behind me, we've got door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3. Do you want to stick with what you know is a winner? I mean, there are no prizes, none of these are empty. There's something in all of them. And at least one of these boxes behind me, doors behind me, has a really good prize in it. So there's actually a pretty decent, juicy incentive to want to amp this up a little bit. So what would you like to do? She wants to trade it in for door number 3. Nigel.
Door number 3.
I'm going to hand this over to you, and I'm going to take myself off the screen.
All righty.
Okay, so I'm going to stop my camera.
Peg has picked door number 3. But meanwhile, let's see what you could have won. Don't look behind door number 2, Monty. It's time to play End of the Line, My Valentine.
Wait, hold on. Before you do that, she still has at least one more opportunity.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Have you ever played You've seen Let's Make a Deal?
Like once.
Yeah. Okay, I'm putting myself back on the camera.
All right, you do it.
Yeah, he almost gave it away already. No, here's the thing. Like, he's just only seen one episode of Let's Make a Deal, so he doesn't know.
Not even one full episode.
There's like this whole thing we got to do. So this is the one you picked, is it? So we should show you what's in here, shall we? So
right.
You could have had a $10 gift card for hairkittykitty.com, eh? But no, instead, Nigel, tell her what prize the lovely lady has won.
Instead of the $10 gift certificate, you have won the John Renau Synthetic Safe Flexible Hold Spray Gel for an $8 value. That's what you've got now.
So that is worth $2 less than the prize that you won, but it's still a prize. Do you want to keep going? You want to keep that, or do you want to trade it in for whatever is behind door 1 or 2? Now this is your last dance here. So if you get the whoopee prize, but if you get the good prize, yay. Do you have any preference on how you go? See how this goes?
That's it, right? Gotcha.
He's got it. I'm gonna let him take back over.
All righty. So you're currently on the $8.
Do you want to keep that, or do you want to keep going?
Synthetic spray.
Oh!
Trade it for door number 2.
Girl after my heart. Woo!
Door number 2. Okay, Pegwitch.
So you could have had
Here's
the
door number 2
gift card. You could have had the John Renau synthetic spray gel. Show her what she didn't pick.
What you didn't pick. Behind door number 1 was $50 gift card for Hair Kitty Kitty.
Yeah. So what is my door number? What was it? 2?
Door number 2.
Oh man.
It's time to play End of the Line, My Valentine. Ronnie do run Ronnie Mo. You have won T-pins for a $2 value.
Womp, 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 womp. But you know what? We appreciate you doing this, and hey, maybe you need some T-pins. If you live in the United States, we will ship them to you for free. So hang out till the end of the video. And we will make contact with you and get that going. But yeah, just sorry about that. I guess it's kind of what we're supposed to do as like game show hosts, to be like, but you could have that thing over there. Hey, nudge, nudge, nudge. So in that regard, we did a good job, I guess. But it demonstrates that we are actually putting, a mix of products in there. So Nigel, I'm going to let you go ahead and...
I'm going to refill these. Randomize and refill.
New awesome things. And just for the record, to get... here, I'm going to take over again. To get the product peg, make sure that... I might as well just tell you how to contact us now. Contact support at sisterwigs.com. I will put that banner down here. Boop. Just let them know that you won the T-pin prize during tonight's live stream, and we will go ahead and arrange to send those out to you. If you're in the United States, as I mentioned earlier, it's free of charge. Even if it is a whoopee prize, we will happily pay to send those out to you. If you are an international viewer, though, we will probably encourage you to just not bother, honestly, because it costs a lot to ship things international, even if they're lightweight, and the duties would probably be like, not fun. But if you're in America, awesome. So let's see what kind of comments we've got. We've got people congratulating people. We've got Debbie is joining us from Ohio. Hello! I'm initially from Ohio, so I can't say that this time of year I miss being up in that weather too much, but I do miss the people a lot, and the food seems pretty outrageous up in Ohio these days.
I'm back. The nightmare continues.
All right. Oh, and Kathy says, Heather, your mic is half of what Nigel's is. That's because Nigel's mic is the one we're using today because mine is making a lot of noises like it's about to take off. So I'm just trying to talk real loud. So hopefully everybody can hear me okay because I'm trying my best to project opera style. But his mic's the one that's on today. So, all right, you're very welcome, Peg. We're so happy that you were able to play the game today. And we've got 2 more rounds to go. So, are you guys ready? All right. So, as I mentioned, Wigs Forever and Sister Wigs Limited are the correct answers. Woot! So, question 2. As has been ordained by Pope Squidgius, is Tahitian sunset a rooted or unrooted color? First answer that gets it correct wins. Oh yeah.
And they're going really fast here.
That's awesome. Hold on. This time I'm not going to commit the same mistake twice. I'm scrolling all the way up to the top.
Yes.
Looks like I'm going to give Shelly this one because hey, we're not giving people, we're not taking points off for finger flubs.
Especially when you're trying to type fast. We
That's
understand.
right. And it looks like you're wearing Tahitian sunset, actually.
So kind of an advantage there.
That's right. Hooray. You can tell we weren't trying to make these super difficult. So I want to give honorable mention to some more people. We've got Cheryl got that one right. Jackie, it's an unrooted color, but we are working on a rooted version of it that will have a number 33 root at some point. Barbara said it is non-rooted. Gina. Naveen, it's like I said, it might be confusing because in the previous live streams we've mentioned that we're coming out with a rooted version. It's kind of in the works. But the one that exists today actually looks a lot like the one in Shelly's photo here. It's not a rooted color, just for the record.
And yes, she is. She is wearing Tahitian sunset.
Very thematically. I'm glad that you got this one. All right, let's see. We've got a whole bunch of wonderful honorable mentions. You guys know I love the fact that you guys are so on the ball. Look at this. Look at everybody.
Unroofed.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Autocorrect.
Unroofed. Tin roof. Rusted. That's awesome. Well, good job, all you guys.
Okay.
All right. And there's still even more coming in. You guys are on top of that. I really appreciate it. So we're going to go back to Miss Shelly here because she's going to be playing the game. So hopefully you guys will help her out with this now that we all have a better idea, including me and Nigel, of how this is going to go. So I'm going to go back to my little slideshow. And Nigel, now that we have done this, you want to try being the master of ceremonies?
All righty. Now then, our next automatic prize. Shelly, you have won a $15 gift card for hairkittykitty.com. There we go. $15 gift card for hairkittykitty.com. That's what you have now. Would you like to trade it up for box 1, box 2, or box 3? Guaranteed $50 gift card, or what's in the box?
1515.
What Hiro-san is currently holding.
Love to get some more light on you.
That'll do.
Because you look like you're in spooky vision.
I look like I'm in spooky vision. Yeah, these were fully charged when I got them, and now it's like.
All right, she's gonna trade for box number 2, Nigel.
Trade for box number 2.
All right, let's show her what she's got.
Box number 2. You had a $15 gift certificate. Let's see what you've got in box number 2. All right. You have now got a Renau wig styling kit for a $37 value, Shelly.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty good prize.
That's not too shabby, Shelly.
That's a pretty good prize right there.
That's not too shabby. Right, so you chose box 2, and you have a $37 value Renau wig styling kit. Would you like to keep that or trade it in for one of the other boxes, 1 or 3?
I'm trying to show them the boxes. It's hard because
I'm in the way.
Angle 1, 3, available still.
All right, Shelly says, what is included in that? Well, I'll look that up for you, Shelly.
I can give you a basic rundown, so he doesn't have to look it up.
Okay.
Essentially, and don't take this as gospel, but it's a little care kit from John Renau that has travel-sized versions of some of their care products. So it's going to have a shampoo in it. It's probably going to have a little bit of that spray gel. It almost always comes with a comb. So it's like a little package that has a lot of their basic care products, so you can try them all out.
Okay. So, Shelley, keep or trade? Keep or trade?
Liz says, "You two make this so diplomatic." We're trying. I think it's just because it's hard to be too high pressure when you've got a squid on your head. We'll see.
All right.
Okay, so what do you decide to do?
Okay. Shelley says, trade for 3.
Ah, I love your sense of adventure.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to take myself off the screen again so you can be the full master of ceremonies here.
All righty. You had the John Renau wig styling kit for a $37 value. You have traded it for what's behind door number 3. Let's see what's behind door number 3. You have won a $25 gift card for hairkittykitty.com.
Hey, that's still pretty good.
Let me make a note of that. That is your $25 gift card for hairkittykitty.com. Excellent.
Very well done. You
Well
still look
done.
like you're in spooky vision. We got to figure out some kind of lighting solution for you for next time.
The batteries on these lights do not last long. Okay. Now then, that's that. Let's see what you could have won if you had chosen box number 1.
I'm in suspense.
You could have won some $2 T-pins.
Those dreaded T-pins.
All righty. Over to you, Heather, and I'm going to go and
That's so fun.
get some stuff going
here.
here.
Having fun with this? Barbara says, "I love how carefully Heather enunciated tentacles." That's right. That's right. I'm so excited, Julie's. Woo! Yes. Everybody's super excited. This is so much fun. I'm glad we decided to do this, honey.
This is
excellent job. And just like it says at the bottom of the screen, after this is all done, Shelley, make sure, or you could just email us now if you want to, but you could also wait. Just let us know via the email address below, support@sisterwigs.com. And once you reach out to us on Monday when we come back to the office, we will arrange to have that sent to you. So, well, actually, yeah. That ought to be pretty easy because we're just going to email it to you. So great. But yes, thank you so much for playing. I'm super stoked. Make sure that the big one goes in this next round.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Make this one juicy.
Oh, it's extremely juicy.
Oh, it's very juicy, he says. Yay. Don't want to slur tentacles. That's right. Do you know, Nigel, have you ever heard of the band Osric Tentacles?
No, I have not.
Apparently it's like this prog rock band. When I was in high school, I had a friend that was like really into them. And I learned through bands like that there's this thing like prog rock hair where they have like this big perm that just kind of like, it's like Brian May hair on steroids.
Shedding sequins all over the place.
Your fish scales are falling off. No.
We've got squamous dandruff. Okay, right. Okay, here we go, folks.
You ready?
Ready. Here we go with question number 3.
All right,
take it away, Heather.
I am. Give me a sec. Boop. All right, so question number 3. Remember, the first person with the correct answer gets to play. So hopefully you are ready. And here we go. Which of the following colors is not in our prismatic ebony rooted color blend? Lime green, construction cone orange, bright red, vibrant purple, or hot pink. One of them is not in that color blend. Which one is it? That's kind of a toughie, isn't it? Yeah, we'll see who knows. Hannah says we just need a disco ball on you, Nigel. I agree.
Yes.
We have plenty of disco balls in here. We just need to break them out sometime. All right, scrolling through. And looks like it might be Cheryl. Is she the only one that said purple?
Yeah, so far, she's the first one I've seen that said it.
There you go.
All right.
Then we have a winner. The answer is purple. There's no purple in the color. There is hot pink, and the hot pink is almost purpley. But when I think purple, I think like this or more purple, right? And there's nothing like that in the prismatic ebony. The closest thing is a pink color that's almost like this, right? Like this cherry blossom. Maybe a slightly brighter, but it's definitely pink. So well done, Miss Cheryl. You are the next. What do they say on the Price is Right? So you have to think about all kinds of game shows except for
the next contestant. Come on down.
There you go. Woo! Okay, so Nigel, honey.
Yes, my dear.
Yes, I think that it's go time.
Right, where'd it go? Okay.
Ready?
There it is. Right.
I'm gonna take myself off the screen for a little bit.
All righty.
And
Okay, Cheryl, you have correctly answered purple. Now then, Cheryl, you have won a $20 gift card from hairkitty.com. This is what you currently have, the $20 gift card from hairkitty.com. Now then, you can keep this $20 gift card, or you can choose from one of our 3 magnificent boxes, 1, 2, or 3. Which will it be, Cheryl? Gina says, go for the big money.
I love it. See, Leslie knew what I was up to by saying you're the next item up for bid on the Price is Right. All right, Shelly says you should go for box number 1. Let's see. Cheryl says Cheryl's gone for it.
Cheryl wants to trade for door number 1. All right, Cheryl.
All right, I'm...
You had the $20 gift card from hairkitty.com. You have traded it for what's in box number 1. Big money, no whammy, no whammy.
The imposing squid.
You have gone from the $20 gift card, Cheryl, to winning a chocolate brown Milano grip cap for a $34.99 value.
Woo!
Which is technically, mathematically speaking, an upgrade.
That's a good one.
You currently have a chocolate brown Milano grip cap for a $34.99 value. Now then, Cheryl, what do you want to do?
Now I can tell you there's at least one prize back there that is juicier than that, and probably one that is not as good. So
We'll see. Your choice, Cheryl.
Everybody's kind of chiming in.
Your choice.
Barbara's cheering you on. Go, Cheryl. Go, Cheryl.
Keep it. Door number 2.
She said that's
Door
just
number
what
3.
I needed. So she's good, I think.
Really?
Oh, wait, no.
Okay.
She said trade it for 3.
Trade for 3?
She's going for it.
Okay.
Oh, you want to show her what she didn't get?
What she could have had in box number 2?
Oh, the suspense.
Okay. And I've frozen.
Oh, no. Well, you can take over my screen.
Okay.
Yeah, just come over this way.
Hang on. Let me, all right. There you
Yeah,
go.
come over here.
Okay.
And I'll just turn my mic on.
Off.
It is now.
There we go.
Okay, Cheryl. You had chocolate brown Milano wig cap for a $35 value. You could have chosen box number 2. Let's see what's in box number 2. Box number 2 contained the $150 gift card for hairkitty.com.
Oh no!
Let's find out what you did win in box number 3.
Oh.
You have won a Beltress wig comb for a $3 value.
Hey, it's still a free comb. You know? There's another like Price is Right goal. I need just like one of those things that morning zoo DJs have. Oh no, I don't, because I'd be the most obnoxious live streamer ever. But you know, can you imagine if I just had buttons where I could push it and it would go just like Price is Right? I would abuse that so much. I'm so sorry, Cheryl. I'm so sorry, but you know what? Email us anyway and get your comb. It's support@sisterwigs.com. We will happily send that to you on us. You can never have too many combs, honestly, even though it is kind of the zonk prize in this round. I literally keep one in my purse. I keep one in almost every room of the house because I'm always on camera. So, you know, it's a good thing, even if it's not as good as a $150 gift card. We might have to do this again sometime. What did you guys think?
Yes.
I agree with Stacy. Combs are always good to have. I tried to make sure that all of the zonk prizes were functional and not just like a ball of lint. Here's a rubber band. You know, I wanted it to be something you could use that was vaguely wig thematic. So we might have to do this again sometime. If you guys like this idea,
yeah,
make sure
this, let us know.
Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe and all that good stuff. Share, blah, blah, YouTube, Instagrams, socials, the things that we do here to make money online. Do those things and let us know in the comments, particularly on the replays, as I mentioned earlier. And that way we know you want us to do more of this kind of stuff, maybe do more rounds. We still have prizes because we literally set all this stuff aside and budgeted for it. So we have the prizes. We can make this work. So if you want to do it again, I'm stoked to do it again even next week because I like the idea of giving stuff away in December because Christmas. The only issue is bear with us if the shipping takes a little while because, as you know,
it's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
These challenging times.
And frankly, even if it weren't these challenging times, like this is just a really high volume period for the Postal Service anyway.
Yeah.
But we'll provide you with tracking and all that stuff so you can kind of monitor it as it goes along.
Yeah, we've got overwhelming support for doing this again someday.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and take Mr. Squidges off the Pope. Goodbye. He'll come back again someday.
Yes.
You're smushing my poor wig. Maybe do some holiday trivia. I agree. I think that would be really, really cute. And thank you, Hannah. I tried to make sure that they were all pretty decent prizes, even if they, weren't all like super high value. Oh, and thank you, Terry. I break this out almost every holiday season because I'm a sucker for costume jewelry. It doesn't have to be real as long as it's sparkly. It has to be real sparkly. That's the definition for me. So you can imagine I picked this shirt out for him.
Yes, she did. At the Copacabana. The hottest club east of Havana.
Yay!
I changed the lyrics because, copyright claims, and also I forgot the lyrics.
How about a big deal ending? Well, that's something we should bake into the next time we do this.
Tina says Star Wars. Do you really want me to come up with the most obscure Star Wars trivia?
No, because I know.
What is the species of the largest skull on a man's headhunter staff? There you go.
What is the answer to that?
I think no one really knows. It's kind of
don't ask trick questions.
It's got a huge elongated cranium. It could be a Duros. It could be a Bith. We don't know.
I don't know what either of those things are.
Big-headed aliens.
Okay. All right. Leslie's all for the Star Wars.
Okay, well, we won't be asking anything about Man's headhunter stuff.
No, because
will we?
The thing is, if he makes it all Star Wars themed, I'm not going to understand anything that we're talking about, and then I'm going to fall into an even worse kind of hellscape because I will be forced to say things on the screen that I won't be able to pronounce properly, which will just give him an open invitation to correct my fictional grammar skills.
Could make it all about Tessic, Jabba's head accountant, who is also known as Squidhead.
Really?
Yes.
I was wearing an accountant hat and didn't know it.
Yes.
Space accountant. Doctor Who. We have a vote for Doctor Who. Dave, I heard that Dave Grohl's book is amazing. I've heard that's really good. It's like a New York Times bestseller right now or something.
I've heard good things
Dave
about that.
Grohl has lived such an intriguing life. such a good, I mean, he's such an interesting person. Christmas singing. We did that last year. We might have to do that again.
Oh, yes.
I agree with Pegwitch, who says that Star Wars is too vast a universe for a quiz game.
Which is why I'll be avoiding the Disney stuff.
Oh my God, you're such a purist.
We're not, the sequel trilogy does not exist. I have spoken.
Oh man, that's a discussion we gotta have someday too. Because I don't know about y'all. I love the visuals in the new Star Wars movies. I'm not a big fan of Star Wars to the same extent that he is. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like Star Wars a lot. I mean, I would not be able to be in a functional marriage with this man if I did not like it. But he is like next level. He knows so much about it. He can speak in some of those languages. I'm not that invested. See, he just says it and it sounds hot. He explains to me what it means, and all I know is nice guy that I love is saying dreamy things to me in dreamy voice.
It's Mandoa, the Mandalorian language. I will hold you in my heart forever, my darling. Nikartali Gardarasum Sharika.
Yeah, but if you asked me to recite that, it would not happen.
I put that as a screensaver.
It is. He made that my screensaver one day when I screensaver. My screensaver. I can't even say it.
Alas, Barbara, I do not know any Dothraki, and yes, I do know a little bit of Klingon. I know.
You're not gonna spit on me while you say this, are you?
No.
Okay.
I can think of 3 things to say. Tak, which is be weird, which is what I always do. Kapla, which means success. And the only thing you should know in every single language you speak, Nuchdach Nuchdapol. Where do you keep the chocolate?
Oh, I was gonna say, is that like saying where's the bathroom?
No, it's where do you keep the chocolate?
Where's
That's
the
more important.
biblioteca?
No. Où est le bibliothèque? Où est le bibliothèque? Qui a coupé le fromage?
Yes, because
Qui a coupé le fromage? Who cut the cheese?
That I think would be more useful to learn in French class than trying to learn where is the library. When you go to Paris, is that the first thing you start asking randos on the street is where is the library?
How the heck did I learn that? Depends on what you mean, Cheryl. I actually got a poster of Klingon that says things like 10,000 throats may be cut in one night by a running man, and be weird, and success, and of course, where do you keep the chocolate? If you mean the Mandoa, then I just researched on the internet.
Diligence.
He
studies it like he's going to take a college entrance exam about it.
Klingon is like German, great and somewhat frightening, and phlegm intensive.
Ooh, Bettina would like to know what kind of cheese. For my sake, I would almost always go with goat cheese. It's hard to go wrong. It's smooth, it's creamy, it doesn't make my stomach upset. Delightful in lasagna, for real. Yes. One of the best lasagnas I ever had.
I do like goat
and
cheese.
Here's a snobby child moment of mine. Like, I didn't grow up with the silver spoon in my mouth, but when my grandma passed away, she left me in her will about $4,500 so I could be a part of the people-to-people student ambassador program. So when I was 14, I got to go over to Western Europe as a student ambassador. And I had the most amazing experience because I got to, so if anybody knows of any kids that get, offered a chance to be a part of this program, it is for real. I highly recommend it. I know there are a lot of skeptics about it, but I always try to speak up for that program because it was life-changing for me. I loved it. And it's actually a pretty good deal. So I went over there and I got to stay with a French homestay family who made me lasagna. And the house was in the Alps, like this really kind of expensive part of all the French Alps are expensive, but it was like near the Swiss border, like the other side of the mountain was Switzerland. And yet they made me lasagna with cheese that was made in a literal shack at the bottom of the mountain by this guy who was like a goat herder. And I remember going with my homestay family to visit this cheese shack to pick out the cheese. And it was just a shack that had these wood shelves, and they just let the cheese sit out in these shelves because I guess that the condition, I mean, there's no air conditioning or anything. I guess the conditions of their natural environment and the weather are just conductive for making goat cheese. So they just leave it out. And so it produces like a natural rind on it and all that stuff that apparently the French people eat the rind first, rind with all that bacteria and stuff in it. Apparently it's good bacteria that's good for you.
Tangy.
Ugh. But as a kid, I remember being really freaked out by that. But then after they were done eating the rind, they put the rest in this lasagna. So we picked the cheese. They made a lasagna. It was a vegetarian lasagna, so there was no meat in it. But I swear it had like 3 pounds of this goat cheese in it. And it was bright orange and was quite possibly the best thing I've ever put in my face. It was so good. So cheese matters.
Jen says, my sons did people to people.
Yes. Good mom. Excellent. Yes, because I love that program. I highly recommend it. Especially, you know, when the kids are interested in learning about other cultures. I mean, there are very few programs out there that will give them that level of exposure in such a short time frame and at that price point. It's a really great program.
Excellent. Well, Cheryl's asking about The Mandalorian, and all I can say...
How many times have you watched that all the way through, honey?
Twice.
Okay.
If you look up Mandoa...
You had a slide ready for this?
Well, it only took me 1 second to make it. If you look up Mandoa on the internet and dictionary phrases, all that sort of thing, language, there you go. You can find as much as you want as they have made up.
Stacy agrees with me. Cheese definitely matters.
Oh, cheese
here.
definitely matters.
Peggy says, it's so nice to see you both. Speaking of languages, I just left a Persian language meeting. Beautiful language and people and music and food. Freddie Mercury is from a Persian background.
Oh, yes.
So Freddie for life.
Oh,
so,
yeah. We went to that, what do you call it? The Middle Eastern deli and food mart up by the one of the green card processing immigration places in Atlanta. That's got lots of good Middle Eastern food. So yeah,
so good.
Oh yeah, the dates, the what's that stuff called? Jollop.
Yeah.
Jollop, good stuff. All sorts of marvelous.
See, I like Mediterranean and Middle Eastern food a lot because they don't use a ton of sugar. I mean, he just mentioned some kind of sweet things, but they don't use a lot of dairy and they don't use a lot of sugar. And so they use a lot of like herbs. I love that. You know, you get so many rich and interesting flavors when you get away from like the heavy reliance on like fat, sugar, salt for all the flavors.
Well, that eggplant caviar we've got is very nice.
Goodness gracious.
We've got some lovely tapenades
so
down
good.
there.
I love olives.
Oh yes, we've got loads of olives from there.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
I don't know. I pretty much have learned to love all flavors and shapes and sizes of olives. I know it's kind of an acquired taste for a lot of people, but I'm all about them.
Faye says, I studied Persian classical dance. The music is in my soul. They do good music as well.
That's so cool.
They do good
music. I have no idea what Persian classical dance even looks like. That sounds so cool.
Oh, yes. I gotta say, oh, someone's got to go.
Oh, GT.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right, we hit the button at the same time. We're glad you could join us.
Yeah, have a good day.
Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. You know, when you think about world culture, there's not much in the way of food and music that I don't like.
Yeah.
Really. I mean,
just Peking opera you don't like.
Just Peking opera.
Yeah.
I've not heard much in the way of Peking opera that appeals to me, but you know, Javanese gamelan, that's all nice. Traditional Russian folk music, traditional Chinese folk music, basically any traditional music is pretty okay in my book. Folk music. Yeah.
See, I even like stuff that's kind of atonal by Western standards.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that you're not a huge fan of atonality in music, but I dig atonality. I like the overtones that stuff produces and the tension. And I think that's just because I was a musician for a really long time, though I'm not these days.
Oh, Faye says, I will link one of my favorite performances in the comments.
Yes, thank
Excellent.
you. I would love to see it for sure.
Excellent. That sounds good.
Kristen agrees that olives are amazeballs.
Yeah.
And Hannah agrees that it's healthy and flavorful. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I think I have a couple more things to talk about before we end today's live stream. So I am going to talk a little bit about the fact that we're looking for bloggers. This is something that I have done in the past. And so I wanted to give lots and lots of details about that, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm going to talk about the pay rate and what would be expected and all of that stuff. So if you're not interested in that stuff and you have to dip out, please know I totally understand because it's going to be a little businessy, but I want
Peggy, I've got Heather's wig scrolling down the bottom there
Yes,
for you.
this is a human hair wig from Frida. I'm an affiliate for Frida. So if you go to sisterwigs.com, not only will you see a 10% off coupon for this wig, which you will definitely want to take advantage of because these are premium Ukrainian virgin human hair wigs. This is not a dyed wig color. This is actually the color this person's hair was. So yeah, it's pretty special. It's a French drawn wig, no lace, but it's comfortable. And the caps are pretty generous in Frida's wigs. They can make them in small, medium, and large sizes. We've been an affiliate of theirs for over 2.5 years at this point, and I refer people to their products pretty regularly. So I definitely recommend going through our website to do it because you will actually save money that way, and I will make a commission in full disclosure. So shameless self-promotion achieved.
Thank you for joining us, Gina.
Where's your banner, honey?
Oh, hang on.
I was queuing you up slowly. There we go. Boom. Achieved. But yeah, this wig is called Danya, and she can be found at sisterwigs.com, which will take you to Frida, and then I will get a commission. So hooray.
No, that's okay, Peggy. You don't have to apologize. You're a latecomer. You're a latecomer. That's, you know,
that's all
we're
right.
just happy you made it.
Yeah, and if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know I don't mind repeating myself. I do it by accident all the time. Let's see here. They can add lace. Liz is absolutely right. They can add lace. They will customize that wig per your requirements. And in fact, if you're torn between two colors, one thing that I really like that Frida does, and one of the reasons why I enjoy being an affiliate of theirs, is they'll send you the two colors that you're torn about at the same time. That way you can try them both on, get a feel for which one works the best, and send the other one back. So that's a pretty cool option. It's on sisterwigs.com. If you look for Frida, that's Freeda, which is scrolling at the bottom here, you can see that we have many Frida wigs for offer there at Sister Wigs. And every single one of those page listings is an outlink to the Frida website, but that's how they track my commission. And therefore also use the coupon code because they'll track that too. The same advice that I give people in our affiliate program at Hair Kitty Kitty is the exact same thing that I'm displaying through this Frida relationship is, you know, use the cookies, but also use the code because if one doesn't track because of an ad blocker or something, the other one will. So yeah. How long to receive that wig? I don't know. I bought this wig for a wedding a couple years ago and did a wig review of it at the time.
Was that wedding we've got pictured up there? Ronnie and Nunzio's wedding.
Yeah. So I got this within about a week of ordering it, but I mean, lots have changed in the logistics and supply chain since then, but they generally don't sell you things that they don't have in their showroom in stock. So they'll try to steer you towards things that they actually have on hand to ship, which does kind of accelerate the timeline a little bit. So yeah, I agree, Liz. They're really fun to work with. They're very easygoing, and frankly, they're used to dealing with people who are kind of torn about the colors, which makes them really nice to work with because that's where my customers, regardless of what products they're buying, tend to really struggle the most. So it's nice to have a partner that is really prepared to deal with that on their end too. Oh, let's see. Peggy asked a great question. Excited to hear about the news site, bloggers, etc. Will the news site eventually be replacing Sister Wigs? Not really. What I want to do with Sister Wigs, I don't want to give too much of it away, but in general, my goal with Sister Wigs is to expand it because it's still generating. Let's just say that it's still profitable, it's still successful, and I would hate to just shutter it simply because I've moved on to other things. So what my goal is to hopefully partner with more companies like Frida and start offering more affiliate services for those kinds of brands. Like I would love to reach out to, you know, any other independently owned wig brand and say something similar like, hey, I'll review your products, I'll steer people your way, I'll have a whole landing page available just like I do with Frida, and for a commission and a coupon for my clients, I would love to be able to arrange something. So I want to expand on that notion. And that means that eventually in my ideal universe, I want to expand our product catalog as well. So we become a little bit less of a retailer for some of these brands and become more of like a place where you can comparatively shop, a place where you can see a bunch of different wig brands all in the same place that you might not see anywhere else, because, you know, in real life, some of these brands don't always play nicely with each other, or, you know, there would be too many conflicts of interest for, you know, a certain store to carry certain brands. My hope is to get around that and to offer more of them. Now, whether or not other people are going to go along with it remains to be seen. It's kind of a work in progress, but my hope is that the fact that we've done this with Frida for many years at this point, and done so successfully, will paint the picture on our behalf that, you know, we are actually able to execute this particular strategy and do it pretty well. So we'll see how it goes. We have to continue to reach out to more people, but I've got some exciting ideas coming up, and I do have some people who are already on board with partnering with us. Again, I don't want to give up too much too soon, but it's really cool to know that some other wig retailers out there have already warmed up to this idea. They're on board. They know that we can help them drive revenue just as much as any other influencer could, and that they should really think about that, you know, because I will work my butt off. Nigel will work his butt off. Like, we will both work our butts off to make sure that we are giving people a really good experience. And in 2022, and I've already disclosed this a couple times as well, but I plan to revamp the Sister Wigs website, not just with the way we showcase some, but not all of the products on it, and how we expand some of the offerings that aren't on it. But also, I want to just change the site in general to make it faster, to make it cleaner, to make it a more fun experience. So now that I'm letting the dust settle on Hair Kitty Kitty a little bit, I'm waiting for, you know, whatever bugs are in the midst to come to the forefront so I can squash them. Right? Once that process is over, hopefully by the end of December, then my goal is to shift focus towards revamping Sister Wig. So quite the contrary, we're not shuttering it. We're changing it, we're expanding it, and I'm rebuilding it. So hooray, it's gonna get a facelift. So
all right.
Yeah, anything you want to talk about before we move on?
Not a thing. Can't think of anything.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen again. Boop, boop. That's so funny though. This looks like some kind of modern art piece, the way you're frozen there, honey. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hold on. No, wait, hold on. I'm so That's so funny.
Yeesh.
Yeah, it's like a modern art piece though. It's like the two is very, very prominent.
It's like one of those, what do you call them? The magic eye pictures where the two just suddenly springs out at you from the blurry background.
Yeah, I don't think we're coming back from that one, so I'm just closing down your instance. I've already removed you. Sorry, honey. Okay.
Peggy says, also appreciate these live streams so much. I recently dumped Facebook. I just couldn't anymore. Believe me, Peggy, I understand. If it weren't for the fact that I need Facebook to keep in touch with friends and family who are 500 to 4,000 miles away, I'd get rid of Facebook too, because
yeah, no, I actually don't use Facebook at all for fun, and I've been pretty open about that. I just not really into Facebook. I want to continue to talk to people who are on Facebook, which is part of the reason why when we do these live streams, we keep dual streaming there as well, because the thing is, I can't fault other people who like Facebook for whatever reason. You know, it could be that is your social life, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, things are what they are. Like Nigel was just saying, he's an immigrant, so a lot of his friends and family are like spread to the four winds, and Facebook's like, I mean, really, the thing that I think dictates it is, you know, how are you going to get your other friends to jump platforms?
Yeah.
That's how they get you a little bit, you know? So I have a lot of empathy for that, because I know that when I gave up Facebook for my personal life, which was probably around 2018, early 2018, I feel like I'm kind of a ghost. Like I do. I feel like I don't really get in contact with, well, more likely people don't get in contact with me on a personal level as much as they did when I was on the Facebook platform. But again, we try to make sure for business purposes we still talk there, and that when we do these kinds of fun things, we cross post there. But for me personally, you won't find a Heather Hershey Facebook account that is active. That is me. I don't engage with it there.
Yeah.
I think things just got real political.
Political and nasty.
Oh,
I mean, if you disagree with someone even slightly, I was invited to be part of a group once, and I agreed with them on 85% of a post, but I disagreed with them on 15% of a post.
Yeah.
And so obviously I was part of the problem and needed to be taken out back
God.
and taught a lesson.
But
so I thought, right, okay, goodbye.
Yeah, but have you listened to any of those hearings, you guys too? Have you listened to any of the hearings that they had with Frances Haugen from Facebook? I mean, whether or not you agree with what she did and how she did it, I watched all of that, and I definitely walked away from that and reading the Wall Street Journal's Facebook files, which again, I read the whole thing. Because I don't trust people in the media to tell me what to think. I'd rather just look at the evidence and try to draw that conclusion myself if possible, without going off the rails into conspiracy land, which sometimes is tempting, honestly. I definitely think that Facebook engineered this a little bit, because they admit to it in their own internal correspondence, that they admit to the fact that, when they changed their policies in 2018, which was roughly around the time I dumped it, they brought on this thing called Meaningful Social Interactions. So MSI is the name of the program. And it's something where it deliberately boosts content that is inflammatory. Like the more, the thing that is the most engaging online, period, is not like cute kitten pics or pictures of people's babies or like pictures of food. It's fighting. Fighting gets the most engagement. And
not only that, you get more points for arguing with people.
Well, I think really algorithmically they're just looking at the interactions, right? And
thumbs up gets 1 point, everything else gets 3 to 5 points for interaction.
Yeah, they actually score how you rate things on Facebook, and frankly, the more emotional emojis get more points in MSI.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing that to me was really objectionable is that they knew that it was incentivizing people to fight with their friends and family, and they were like, whatever, they're glued to the platform, eyes on screens, woo! And knowing that they knew that the whole time, when they had previously told Congress in previous hearings that they had no idea that stuff was going on. That's shady. I'm going to drink this tea now.
Trust Zuck as far as I can pick him up and throw him.
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks pretty small and skinny. I could probably yeet him quite a distance.
You said yeet?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I keep with the times. I am current. I am hep.
We're in our 40s. We fool no one.
But I'm wearing this sparkly young person type shirt.
Yes, and you look devastatingly gorgeous. Yeah. So I don't blame you for wanting to not be on Facebook. That's part of the reason why I try to make sure we spread our efforts around wherever we can. We do a lot via the newsletter. We're going to try to do stuff via this blog. We try to post stuff wherever people are, which is getting increasingly more scattered because of the fact that, Skynet. For lack of better terms. Yes, Aaron, I have watched The Social Dilemma, and they were right on the money. The thing is, though, I knew the stuff, most of the stuff, not all of it. I can't be, that aggressive with the statement, but I did know a lot of the stuff they were talking about already, because it's part of the reason why I left the field of artificial intelligence in the first place. Because when I was in graduate school for artificial intelligence, it was well known that a lot of this stuff was going on, or that things were moving in that direction. And that was in 2013. And it only got worse from then on, because one of the things that the tech sector did to the AI science field in general was that they diverted a lot of people's attention through grant money and whatnot, through investment. They started to divert a lot of attention away from things like ethics and philosophy and psychology, which were all things that were an integral part of most artificial intelligence study modules. And they made it almost solely reliant on hardcore tech skills. Now, you need both to be an artificial intelligence scientist. Like you need to be able to do a little bit of all the above. But it really shows you the paradigm shift when you get into that field and you realize how dismissive they are about ethics, which was something I hit over and over and over again when I was in my graduate program. Was just like, people were not super excited to talk about ethics. They would just rather shove that off to the side and be like, look at all the cool stuff we're doing. I'm like, cool, you have godlike powers. What are you going to do with them? Can we talk about that a little bit? But those are the conversations that tech basically incentivizes people monetarily in these programs to not consider at all.
Hey, we've made this app that will age people
Yeah.
or make them younger or change their gender so we can secretly work on our facial identification software.
I mean, deep fakes have been a known thing for a really long time, and social profiling and stuff, and it's all becoming Black Mirror. So let's talk about blogs, because that's all really depressing. Oh, Peggy, by the way, says, have you ever thought of doing a Zoom meeting? You could keep all of us muted and unmute us to take individual questions. Would be so fun to get together sometimes. I think that would be really cool, maybe with a smaller crowd. Like, that might be something fun to do with Moon Kitty Mix Up on Facebook, but then again, that's just Facebook folks. Might be something fun to do here on Sister Wigs After Dark, but then again, that might be just YouTube folks. It'd be a matter of where, because to me, Zoom meetings get crazy when you have more than maybe a dozen people on them, and sometimes even fewer people than that can be really crazy. And then most of our job becomes just manically pounding on that mute button trying to figure out who's talking now. I've been involved in lots and lots and lots of business calls since these challenging times hit that have been conducted via Zoom, and literally I think that once the number of participants exceeds maybe about 6, it gets really out of hand, particularly if it is kind of a free-for-all and we're all trying to have a discussion with each other. So I do like that idea. In theory, it'd just be a matter of how to execute it properly, I think.
On the count of 3, everyone say, Bismillah, no, we will not let you go.
Let him go. Yeah. Let's see, how many are on now? Between the two platforms of Facebook and YouTube, we have about 42 people on. So, and that's definitely not going to account for anybody who watches the live stream.
Yeah, sometimes we get up to like 70 or 80.
Yes. But let's go ahead and talk about more fun stuff, because obviously we got into kind of like the social network territory, which, dystopia, nightmare future, not always fun and upbeat. So I'm going to move on to putting boop back on the screen. So I want to take a moment to say congratulations to our 3 winners. Thank you, everybody who played along with Let's Make a Deal. And if you enjoyed this game, again, please comment about your favorite parts and leave suggestions in the comments on the video replay, please. Okay, so guest blog. We're looking for guest bloggers for Hair Kitty Kitty.
Might want to make that a bit bigger.
Oh. There we go.
There we go.
Yay. Okay. So I'm gonna do some more yapping about this for a moment. We have done this in the past, and I'm gonna be really, really candid about what went right, what went wrong, and how we're hoping to kind of rectify that and go forward with great success into the future. So so there's going to be a lot of detail here. This can be article only or video only. Okay, so you can choose to just write something, or you can choose to make a video about something, though obviously we do have some standards, and I'll discuss those in a moment. You will get more money if you take your own images, so I don't have to pay for stock photos. And if you make a video to complement your words, we will pay you more than any other option, simply because video work is a lot of work, and I want to be respectful of that. So we'll wait and take questions in a few minutes. I'll pause for questions periodically throughout this little bit of the presentation. So make sure you leave them while I'm talking as you think of them. You don't have to hold on to them, but just know we'll come back through and answer them when I'm done with part of this presentation. So how to apply? It's really easy. Again, we want you to really get used to commenting on the replay. It helps our engagement stats, and it also helps other people see what you've written, so that way they can comment as well, and we can keep the conversation going well after the live stream is over. So how this helps you in this application process is if you have a body of work that you would like to point people to, now is your opportunity for your version of shameless self-promotion in this application process. Ding, ding, ding. So leave a comment with a link to examples of your previous work, particularly if that work is public. Let us know what your favorite style is at Hair Kitty Kitty in the process, so people can see both messages at the same time, but also so we know what kind of stuff you might be interested in talking about if we tap you to write a blog post for us. So if you choose the article only option, so there are actually 3 options I'm going to talk about here. So I'm going to give you really, really tight details here. If you're really interested when we contact you, let me know in that comment which option you're really interested in. Article only, video, or article and photo, okay? In the case of anything that involves an article, it must be 1,000-word minimum, and that is Google best practices. So if you're someone who, say, wants to be a part of our affiliate program, for example, and you are a blogger or wants to make a blog part of your content strategy, just know best practice in Google is now 1,000-word minimum. They really want you to write well-crafted, detailed blogs and pretty full blog posts at that. Keyword optimization must be a part of your writing SEO strategy. If you do not know what any of that word soup means, then you're probably better off making video content because it's not quite as important. When you're doing written blog content, you really have to understand your audience, which is why having people who are part of that audience write the blog post is so effective. And honestly, you just kind of have to think about what opportunities exist, as in what questions do you have that need an answer as part of your wig wearing journey, or what questions did you have that eventually got solved that you could then pass that information on to other people. Usually that is a pretty easy way to figure out the keywords. Because, like, for example, let's say you don't have like a tool that you can look at to see keywords in action. Well, you can always just kind of guess based upon the things that you or people you know would be likely to ask questions about. That is the juiciest way to and easiest way to optimize for SEO, which is search engine optimization. Okay, so getting up in Google ranking. The easiest way to do that is literally think about a question that needs to be answered. Like, how do you style this wig? How do you wash this wig? How do you braid this wig? How do you trim this fringe? You know, how to, what are, who is, questions, you know, and if you come at it from the framework of a question that needs to be answered, chances are, even without doing a lot of additional homework, you stumbled upon a really good organic SEO framework for your article. Grammar and voicing must be semi-professional quality, and by that I mean, you know, if Hello Giggles or Cosmopolitan were going to run that article, it would fit in pretty well. You know, it doesn't have to be written like a term paper or like a professional brief. That would be overkill, but it definitely has to be something that, you know, if somebody who wanted to read a kind of laid back blog post that still answered their questions and did so in a respectful manner, then you would be hitting the right note there. No plagiarism. Rate is $100 per post, and the payment for all of these things will be issued via PayPal. So this is all contract work, okay? We're going to talk about article plus image because that is a little bit better. Same requirements as the article only option plus. You must include 3 or more original images that you took. No stock photos or web scrapes. Don't steal someone else's images. Cell phone images that you took are fine. The rate is $100. I mean, I say that cell phone images are fine. Just don't shoot them with a potato. Like, if the phone makes really grainy, crappy images, don't use that. Make sure that they're clear images that will look good on screens that are big and screens that are small, because people who view this stuff online will be viewing them from both. The rate is $100 plus you get a free wig. So on top of the rate, you actually get a free product in addition to that. And that is because if we expect you to take images of the product, you'll need that product. And we don't feel like you should have to pay for that out of pocket. So but what I will ask is, if we send you a free wig, consider using that for multiple blog posts. For example, the reason why the rate here is $100 and the rate for just the article is also $100 is to give you the opportunity to make multiple blog posts with the same product. So that way you're not losing out on the rate. I just don't have to keep sending you an endless supply of free hair. I would prefer not to do that. And if things get out of hand, I will eventually try to shine the spotlight on someone else who doesn't require me to constantly send them new products every couple of weeks. So this is open to international, but we will not cover the duties, the VAT, or the cost of the international shipping. So just keep that in mind. Those are all extra expenses and they can get really expensive. So that's kind of why we can't afford to cover them and be so generous with the compensation here. There's also another option, and this is video only. It's the same general conditions apply. So, take a look at the previous slides on the replay if you need a moment. But there are additional requirements because we pay a little bit more for this, okay? The audio and video must be clear. Video submissions cannot be cross-posted on your own social media. Once we buy it, it belongs to our blog. And this is in yellow because it's really important. If you've been following me for a while, and I'm gonna take this to the pulpit here. Basically, if you've been following me for a while, you'll realize that this is something we've already done in the past. We've already had guest contributors who have written for Sister Wigs. This time we're trying to do it for Hair Kitty Kitty. But you'll also know that, aside from Kathleen Ryan, who I trust very much, we basically disengaged from most of the other bloggers we were working with. And most of them did nothing wrong, right? But there were a handful that were cross-posting, like, I'm not going to say who, and I would like it if you guys don't say who, because it probably isn't the first person that you think I'm talking about. And I guarantee you it probably isn't. But there was at least one person, though I know there were multiple, who when I sent them products to make blog content for me, put that content on their own channels, or they would put that content redundantly on their own channels. I'm not sending, for this particular gig, I'm not sending people stuff to make them famous on their own channels. I'm trying to help build up the blog on Hair Kitty Kitty. That is my motivation, transparently. Now, if I can do that and get content that's high quality and my audience can use and really enjoy, I have no problem attributing that to you and trying to send people to your socials, as part of that package. That's absolutely fine by me. But where people abused my trust in the past, and this is real, is that they wouldn't always tell me that they were cross-posting on their own channel. So they were effectively competing with me, with the content that I paid them to make. And then they sold that content to a competing store when they got an offer from them, which is not really cool if I'm paying for that content for them to then sell it to somebody else, right? So I want to be really transparent about all of this because I don't want anybody to think that, I'm playing favorites or that I'm giving some people different terms than other people. It's literally the same rules will apply to everyone. And the reason why I want to do this all out in the open is so that crap never happens to me again. like if I'm investing in somebody else to try to do so in a way that's mutually beneficial, I don't want them to take all of that sunshine and that spotlight for themselves and worse, go sell it to one of my competitors. Now, you don't have to be exclusive to me at all for this. This is not a part of that package. I'm not expecting it. If other people offer you deals when you're writing blog posts for me, or if you're an affiliate for me, fine. I'm absolutely fine with that. What I don't want is for you to literally sell the content that I'm paying you to make, because that's not fine. That's not cool, and I want to kind of avoid that. So, I want to say hi to some people. We see some folks coming in here. I see Serene came in. Hi, Serene.
My reply to Serene did not come out well. I don't know what happened. Hi, Serene. It just came out. Reen!
That just sounds extra excited. So, Barbara says, I'm a freelance editor. I'm available to answer grammar, punctuation, etc. questions. Would it be appropriate to post my... Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Because you know what? If we don't take advantage of your services, if someone else wants to, that helps elevate you. And hopefully you will remember that we helped you get the word out a little bit, if we do that.
Right. Well, if we're doing questions now, let's catch up.
Yeah.
NYT Mom says, currently I do photo reviews, but I'm transitioning into video reviews. Do you have to be HKK or CW exclusive?
Absolutely not. Though I have to tell you up front that the same basic rule of thumb with the Hair Kitty Kitty caveat is the same thing here with the blog. There's literally only one store that I view has had a history of being hostile towards me in this regard. And if you take a deal from that particular store, I'm going to go a little hands off with you, right? And I don't want to tell you what you can and cannot do, but just know that is how I'm going to react 100% of the time. I'm not going to think that you're a bad person. I'm not going to shit talk you. I'm just going to stop sending you offers to work for us or to be a part of our affiliate program. So every other store except for that one store that I have a bad history with, totally fine. Don't care. Could be wigs.com, Vogue Wigs, name brand wigs, could be stores that are 2-3 times my size. I don't care. It's literally just that one. And that's just because I feel like they have not been particularly kind to me, particularly regarding this this particular scenario. And I'm trying to keep it real vague, so hopefully you guys are helping me keep it vague. But the track record's been abysmal when it comes to how they have treated me as a friendly competitor, and it made me a little less inclined to share with them. Let's just put it that way.
All right, so videos then, shall we?
Absolutely. So let me go ahead and put this in here. I'm actually, like, to me, you know, I know that part of that sounds real bitter, and that's my bad. I just want you to know that this is part of a process for me. I don't want to stop giving other people a spotlight or opportunities or get other people involved in what I'm doing here as a business. I went very hands off with that. I backed all the way off of that from 2018 on, with the exception of literally Kathleen Ryan, and then decided that, you know, I'm much happier collaborating. Like, I don't want to be Beyonce, right? Like, I don't want to be Beyonce. I'd be much happier to be Kelly, because Kelly's still hot. She's still a good dancer. She's still a good singer. I don't need the spotlight all the time. I look better when Beyonce looks good anyway, if you understand my narrative. That was a really convoluted analogy. But let's just assume we all have amazing hair and that the wind blows in it constantly and we look fierce. So, but that's
Is this
the way I want to go.
Interject, yes, queen?
Yes.
Okay.
You kind of have to say it like that.
No.
But yeah, so just so you know, I think that that's really, really the only line in the sand that I've got with that. And I'll mention it a couple more times through here. I don't know what you're doing. I wish you would stop hitting buttons, though. There we go. All right, cool. All right, we're back now. But here we go. So video submissions must be like how-to tutorials or life with wigs vlogs. Right now, I'm not particularly interested in paying people to do product reviews for our blog. If you want to do product reviews, I probably would steer you towards the affiliate program instead, because you know, you'll make a 10% commission to anybody you refer towards sales of products you like and review positively, you know. And I think that that will probably yield more in terms of return on your investment for a wig review. So I would like to say we're not interested in product reviews at this time for the blog specifically, because everything that we're paying you guys to make in this program would literally just be going up on the blog. We are paying $100 for a vlog. If you include, like, let's say you make it a step-by-step tutorial. Those are very intense sometimes, and they sometimes work best if you include like a little summary of the steps. So maybe we can timestamp it or something like that when we upload it to. We probably put it on Vimeo, honestly, and then embed it into the blog. So we can timestamp things in Vimeo when we do that. So if you include the potential timestamps in the how-to, or, you know, a summary step by step, we would ramp that up to $250 per post, because I understand that takes quite a bit of work to do. And again, I'm not opposed to attributing that to you at all. So, you know, if you make really good tutorials, that's a really, honestly, regardless if you do things in this program or elsewhere, you will earn an audience much faster by doing tutorials than you will by doing wig reviews, because anybody literally can do wig reviews. That's part of my sales pitch for trying to get people involved with the affiliate program. But because of that, it means that it's a lot more competitive. What's harder to do is oftentimes less competitive, and you'll have an easier time finding an audience. So I highly recommend that if you're considering making video content, think about that, even if you don't do it for this blog. Step-by-step tutorials are really, really in high demand and low supply. And we will also provide you a free wig for this option with the same restrictions and conditions as the previous one, the article plus image option. So if you're international, you got to pay for the VAT, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, but we will supply the product. And of course you get to choose. We won't tell you what to review. And historically, I have never really told people what they need to review or what colors to review, though I do try to nudge people. And once in a while, I might send people something they weren't expecting in a color that they probably would never have tried on their own. But whenever it's something that's that far out of your comfort zone, if we have a really good established relationship, I'll just send it to you and see what you think. Because I kind of love pushing people a little bit out of their comfort zone. And then if they love it, I tend to really love that. That is like my favorite thing. That is like my mission, my calling, getting people into colors and styles that they never would have thought would have worked for them. I love that sensation so very much. So if we develop a rapport and an ongoing working relationship doing this sort of thing, just know that I am very keenly interested in surprising you once in a while and sending you something that you probably would have never gotten for yourself, but hopefully will look amazing in it. So some not so fine print. I mentioned previously that some bad stuff has happened in the past. So I'm going to try to nip that in the bud before it starts by just talking about it here, because I want this to be a powerful, fun, expressive way that we can all grow together. I think that that's really key to succeeding in life and online. And, you know, it's one of those ways that the internet emulates reality. Collaboration and networking are everything. But I want to make sure that you understand that we do have some standards. So if the quality of the content that you're offering us is not up to our content standards, if it's obvious that you just phoned it in and didn't proofread it, didn't even run a spell checker through it, you know, like, we're not going to pay for low effort, poor quality content. So please don't think that you're going to get a gotcha, which I'm not accusing any of you guys of doing, but people on the replay sometimes, you know, they're not always part of our core audience. And I just want people to know this is not going to be an easy way to, you know, manipulate me into paying people for stuff I can't use, because I've been on this particular merry-go-round before. And at this point, we're very cautious about what to look out for. So please don't try it, because I will push back against that. And then that person who would have potentially tried to pull one over on me will be like, well, I'll tell social media you're a terrible person. And I'll be like, get in line. Because that's basically what all Karen-y types do, except for like the people actually named that, do when they're trying to get something, you know, that they know that they shouldn't get. And the free wig, by the way, if you try to pull one over on us, will need to be sent back if the content is just absolutely garbage. So don't do that, please. And again, this is just for people who may or may not have had that inclination to be like, well, I wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb, and all work and no play make Jack a dull boy for 1,000 words. Doesn't that count? No, it doesn't. Get real. No reneging. Okay, this one is also a really sensitive point. We're paying for this content, so the content will belong to our store. This is way different than an interaction with somebody that we're investing in as an influencer, okay? And I want to explain that dynamic just a little bit, because it has been a point of confusion that people have used against me in the past. You know, they act like they know the distinction, and then when it's convenient to pretend like they don't know. So I would consider that reneging in this point. Basically, if you want us to invest in you as an influencer on your own properties, I highly, highly recommend looking into our affiliate program instead, because I feel like that is built for influence marketing a little bit more than this. This is literally me paying you to make content for my properties. So that content will belong to me. And I want to make sure you're cool with that. Right? If you're not cool with that, again, please check out the affiliate program, because you'll have more flexibility that way, and more the content control over that content is all yours. It's going on your properties. If you decide you don't want that up on your channel later on, you can take it down. Cool beans. But it's a different situation in this particular blogging contractual gig, is because we're paying you specifically for a product, and that product is the content, not necessarily how many people you can drive to our stores. You know what I mean? And so whether or not you get a job somewhere else, whether or not you decide you don't want that content up anymore, it's ours. So we have control over that, but I am willing to talk about letting people buy it back. And I'll talk about that in a moment. I'm not trying to be a witch about all this. Just know that most of the usage of this content will be in our store blog or the store's newsletter. So I'm not really at this time planning to put any of it up on YouTube. If that changes, as a courtesy, I will let you know, particularly if you make vlog content. But again, everything we do will have an attribution involved. But at this time, we're only really planning to utilize the stuff as embedded videos from our Vimeo to the blog or the store's newsletter. And we may also reference your work on our social media if it's really juicy. And again, with attribution, we're not trying to hog the spotlight. And again, we will own this content because we bought it from you. And you could tell, because I'm repeating this, that it's a really, really, really painful point for me. And I want to just tear that bandage off and tell you the nitty gritty. We will not magically lose ownership of the content if you sign a non-compete agreement with one of our competitors later down the line. Totally speaking from experience here, okay? People have done this to me. So you cannot give away or sell rights to content we own. And this has been a big problem with some of the content creators of yore. So just know this is a straightforward business arrangement. And again, if you want something that's more akin to influencer marketing, try the affiliate program instead. If you want us to invest in you as an influencer, that's your best bet. And just know that this option will always be available to you to buy that content back. So we will charge you the rate we paid you for it with no markup. Okay, so if you decide one day, another store that wants you to work for them is like, we want you under a non-compete, and in exchange for that non-compete, you'll get a full-time salary. And let's say that they're not too keen on the fact that your blog posts are hanging out on my websites, right? They think it dilutes their investment in you as part of their brand image or whatever. This stuff happens, right? It's the real world. If that happens, I will negotiate with you. I'm perfectly happy to do that, right? Just don't try to make that decision for me and then say that I don't have a say in that argument later on, right? Like, just contact me and say, hey, Heather, can I buy out those blog posts so you can take them down? And we will not charge a markup. We keep receipts of all these things because those receipts come in real handy when people try to abuse the copyright system, particularly on YouTube. Again, real life experience. So, it's something we have that documentation for, and we will not charge you the retail or the list price. We'll literally charge you how much it cost us to do all those things. So it's a pretty gentle way to buy yourself out of that content if you ever change your mind later on. So just kind of keep that in mind. Again, some more not so fine print. I'm making all this public because I get really sick of people retconning the arrangements that I make with them in private. So at this point, I'm much happier to do it all out in the open. And then it kind of lets other people know that opportunity exists for them too. So it kind of has a positive side as well. I am willing to do this again because I really enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy being Kelly and not Beyonce. I really enjoy letting other people do most of the talking about my brand and products for me. Without me having much input in the matter. I like getting, organic, real feedback from people, particularly people who have an investment and interest in helping me improve over time. So they're not just going to say vicious, nasty things. They're going to, point out little things that maybe could use an improvement. Like, this wig could really use a lace front, that kind of feedback. Like, if I were going to talk about Frida in this wig that I'm wearing right now, I would definitely say this wig would be basically perfect if it had a lace front for me. But that's my fault because I didn't ask them to put one on there. And I would literally say that in a video. So, I feel like because I want to give others an opportunity to elevate their visibility within our community, I felt like it was kind of unfair to let a few bad apples in the past spoil those opportunities, not only for me in doing something that I enjoy that actually helped my business grow so well the first time that I launched Sister Wigs, but I also think it takes those opportunities away from other people who are also being shut out of this conversation because it's basically being dominated by a handful of people over and over and over again. And I would very much like to kind of spread those offers around. And instead of me cherry picking people that I want to work with, I want to make it open to anybody who wants to give it a try. So a lot of grumbling about me in the past has been from guest content creators who made deals with other businesses or wig retailers after they'd already worked with me. And I still own the content that I paid them to make for my store's blog and social media channels. And because I continued to use the stuff that I paid them to make for me, I got labeled a whole bunch of real nasty things. I'm trying to avoid that as well because I don't think that was really very fair. But That's just me. I'm biased. So if you would like to apply again, visit the replay of this video on YouTube, leave a comment with a link to examples of your previous work. Don't worry about it being, shameless self-promotion. Nigel, you got your hand on the button. Can you shamelessly self-promote, or should I?
I will do it.
All right. Yes. Shameless self-promotion time for sure. Like, don't be shy. Like, I'm not afraid of it. It'll help my engagement, and it will probably help give you a little bit of extra visibility too. And if you have watched this live stream all the way through to this point, please make sure that you visit the comments afterwards just to check some of these people out. Let me know what you think of what they're doing. And that way we can help their engagement stats too. And let us know what your favorite style at hairkittykitty.com is, so we can know what kind of wigs you like. That's really important, because I want to make sure that I'm not just picking like 20 people who want to review blonde wigs. I want to make sure that we're getting a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and all ages, sizes, genders, skin colors, whatever, bring it. Like, part of the reason why I want this to be so open, and I want to give you guys an opportunity to kind of choose whether or not you want to work with me, is because I want to really diversify this. And I know that's such a cliche thing to say, but I mean, frankly, the wig industry is in our pocket is super white. It's so very white. And, it's full of women who are, roughly my age or a little older even. And, we all basically lost our hair for more or less the same reasons. And it would probably benefit us to interact with people who lost their hair earlier in life, and maybe, have friends that lost their hair, and or people who just wear wigs for fun and have started wearing them at a really young age, because they can share a lot of tips and tricks with us that we may have not even thought of. So I think that is also a really, really exciting thing to try to encourage, because one of the other things, going back to dystopian nightmarescape that I mentioned earlier about Facebook, like, one thing that a lot of creators of color know, that a lot of us who are of the Caucasian persuasion may not realize, is that the algorithms are incredibly racially biased, as in they try to silo you off based upon your ethnicity. So if you watch one of my videos and then you realize that all the other wig reviewers that you're being recommended are white, that is the algorithm thinking that you only want to see that kind of content. And I want to break through that. I want to invite people who don't look like me to make this kind of content and succeed in our space too, because we could probably learn a lot from each other, right? And frankly, not everyone who buys stuff from me looks like me. So I feel like I would be doing them a big favor by helping turn them on to other content creators who look more like they do, because it's easier to shop for hair when you could see somebody who looks roughly like you do demonstrating what the products look like on them, right? At least that's the way I think about it. So let me go through here. That was about it. So I'm going to scroll through these delicious Patreon slides. I kept the rainbow background because it's super cute. But just know we have amazing patrons on Patreon. And so I want to make sure they all get their moment.
Make it bigger.
Oh, well, you made it small.
I didn't intend to make it small.
Okay, hold on. Let me start this over again. I'm going to let you do some talking because I need to take a break for a moment while I show these delightful slides. The candy-colored slides.
The jolly candy-like button.
Yeah, you gonna talk or what?
Oh, you want me to?
I just said so.
Sorry. I was just doing the jolly candy-like button comment from earlier.
Yeah. I think my mic's the one that's on if you want to turn this way.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
We've got to the end of the thing, yeah.
Woot.
All right. Good stuff. Yeah, that was nifty. I hope we do get some more people on board with this, because it's bound to be a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And I certainly enjoyed this one.
This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know. I mean, obviously, I don't necessarily want to do like something where I do the fun thing and then do the talk shop thing at the end. This was kind of a multi-purpose live stream, but maybe next week we could do this and go more rounds and maybe get more people to join us and give more things away. More. That's not really evil, because
no.
I made that sound like it was some kind of sinister plot when I'm like, I'm giving things away to people. Oh
I am
man,
so devious.
I'm so deviously good
Unless
at
my
this.
demands are met, I will cancel all credit card debts.
That would be the best villain ever.
That's a real mad scientist there.
I would get behind that for sure. All right. Well, if you would like us to do another like epic version of the Let's Make a Deal next week, now that we've had some practice, we might be up for that. Let us know in the comments on the replay. Just comment on the replay a ton. We look at all of it.
Yeah.
Literally, I have a team of marketing people who are freelance, and they actually are helping with this. But I'm literally in there too, and so is he. We are not completely hands off with this by any stretch of the imagination. So even if you interact, like you may have even seen that, if you've left a comment and I didn't like the answer that my team left, I'm like erase and then I correct it because I'm like, no, send it to this email, or no, you should try this product, you know. So I have a bad habit of still being very hands on. So just know that if you comment, I'm probably going to see it, and I'm probably going to, you know, get to know you a little bit better, and that's probably a good thing.
Yep.
So,
all right.
Anything else you want to say, honey?
Oh well, I just had a blast today. Although this shirt is kind of itchy, and I'm really eager to get it.
Okay, now I know why the energy level has gone down. I gotta save my husband from the sequins.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us and hanging out. If you guys have any questions about anything here, even the blog stuff, leave it on the replay. We will try to get back to you. And again, if I don't like the answers that our team is delivering, I will override them and give you better ones. So you will be taken care of either way. Thank you for hanging out, and have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.